Good morning, Facebook, and happy Friday. I'm Jill Malandrino with the Voice of America, and this is Nasdaq's Facebook Live. Joining me in studio at the market site is Glenn Hanson. He's the founder and CEO of Colony Hills Capital, and we are going to talk about real estate this morning. Glenn, thank you for joining us at the market site, and this is never a dull market. Tell us a little bit more about Colony Hills.
Jill, thanks for having me.
Of course.
Appreciate it. Colony Hills Capital was formed in 2008, and currently we have a small group of people, and we've purchased $550 million worth of property in the last 5 years, returning up to 18% IRR to our investors on deals we've exited. And our goal is to continue to raise capital and buy multifamily, only multifamily property.
So the segment that you are in is only multifamily. What's the macro picture like right now for that segment?
Well, multifamily has been very active for the last 8 years. And we've participated in that run. There's a lot of people that think that it's frothy, and we still find good opportunities out there. And that brings up the issue that we were asked often is, what markets are you in? And when people ask me that, I say the United States is our market, and that's questionable. How do you do that? Well, we focus on cash flow, not real estate, and that brings us to the opportunities. That defines our market.
So whether the economy overall is doing bad or good, the multifamily class tends to kind of ride out those trends.
It's been very consistent.
Right.
And if you think about it, when the economy's on a rise, people are upgrading their apartments or living. And when the economy is on a fall, they're downgrading. So if you focus on that class of apartment in the center, generally speaking, you have occupancy rates that are adequate to make money.
Where are you seeing the opportunities? Is there a segment of the country that tends to do better or worse?
No, it changes. And that when I say our market is the United States, it's because if we focus on cash flow, it brings us to the opportunity.
So what's an example of an area that you think is the most attractive right now?
Right
Southeast, Northeast?
Southeast is probably
Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta. Yeah, we're doing some activity there in Atlanta, Alabama.
Right. Well, let me ask you this question, and I know it's not multifamily asset, but the big conversation right now in the marketplace is what's happening with commercial real estate and the decline of brick and mortar. Just as an expert in the real estate industry, do you think that's going to eventually impact certain REITs, and do you expect commercial real estate to continue to decline?
When you identify commercial real estate, you talk brick and mortar, you're talking retail?
Right.
Okay. Let me just point out that that's not our specific segment. We focus only on one asset class. I've learned that if you want to be really good at something, you've got to focus. But my take on retail is that if people don't see there's going to be a decline in the need for retail space, then they're making a mistake.
Right.
That's my opinion. I haven't studied that. I don't want to misrepresent this.
Right, and I think, I mean, I would agree with you as well, but I was just, asking, as someone who knows more about real estate than I do, but just to wrap up, going forward, we are seeing corporate earnings improve in the market. We are seeing economic data improve and so forth. So that does bode well for the personal real estate market and, of course, multi-asset family.
It does.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. There's a lift going on right now. I'd like to add something too.
Yeah.
In our market segment, from the standpoint of an investor's view, whether we have a Republican or a Democrat in office, they both support housing.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And so that we're always getting the support of the government in the segments that we're in.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Glenn,
Sure.
for joining us. And Facebook, thank you as always for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter with Voice of America, and this is Nasdaq's Facebook Live.